Hey, Nugenites! I hope everyone brought their beachwear. This is the second day of the OSL Round of 8 on the beach in Busan, as you can tell from the thousands of people there slapping the slappy thingies together. All excited like 5-minute ZVZ, woohoo! Yeah, hopefully they at least got some nachos out of this. But this is the second set between Action and Jaedong. All of the second sets will be played today, and the third sets, if they're needed, will be played on this same stage. So this is the deciding day of the Round of 8. Now, if you remember correctly, before the Round of 8 started, I was talking about Action's chances. I was saying that Action, if he wanted to win this series, he needed to take Game 1 to give himself a little bit of breathing room on this giant stage in front of billions of people. But that didn't quite work out. Jaedong took Game 1, so I'd say that Jaedong is in prime position to move up into the semis again, because Action is not used to this. Look at this. This is a lot of people, and Action is not used to this at all. If I were in front of this many people for the first time, I'd probably have to have a change of pants. So good luck, Action. Here we go. This is going to be on Grand Line SE. Action typing LOLOL. I think that Jaedong might have told a joke. I'm glad this isn't a nude beach, LMAO. Okay, here we go. Except, up at the 2 o'clock position in yellow is Action Zerg. So it means down at the 5 o'clock position in red is Jaedong, blood red. I love it when Jaedong is red. I'm Jaedong. Okay, here we go. So yeah, both guys are scouting in the right direction again. That's the way it was in the first set, too. Let's get some predictions out of the way. Here's one from Quakey. Writes, Action will use his contacts in the Lim Wo Hai Mafia, I think, to kidnap Jaedong's mother. This will result in massive scourge damage from Action, which results in Action winning the matchup. Go, Mafia Zerg! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So here's another one from Joachim Wallen. Writes, Jaedong will of course be the big favorite in the ZVZ game, but he will also know in the back of his head that if he wins, the last thing he might see is the inside of a car boot while heading to the beach, where he will try out a very heavy pair of shoes. I love the Mafia jokes. But let's see what the strategies will be, what the build orders will be from these guys. That is very important in a ZVZ. We're getting the 12 drones from both, and this could end up working a lot like the last set if Jaedong goes for his expansion again, which he's not. He's going for a 12 pull, I think. I know that Jaedong is going for his 12 pull, Action going for the 12 pull, so mirrored builds. This is what I love to see in a ZVZ. But alright, let's get another prediction from Lupus9. Writes, welcome to the chop shop, Action. It's cleaver time. All what you have belongs to Jaedong. That is a Sopranos reference. Good stuff. But yes, actually that woman in the audience right there is somehow involved with Korean Air, the company, because I remember seeing an interview with her over on Team Liquid. I forget who exactly she is. I don't think she's a CEO or anything, but I think she's pretty high up, and she was pretty much responsible for Korean Air hosting the Star League 2 seasons in a row. So good for her. Both guys are putting down their hatcheries at the exact same time, so this is all going to come down to micro. This is going to be whose micro is the best. And as I said earlier, Jaedong, he's so used to this, his nerves are not going to be rattled. He is used to big crowds, thousands of people watching him, criticizing his every move, hoping he'll succeed, and Action is just not used to that at all. Not even a little bit. But alright, let's see what's going on. The lair coming up for Action. I'm pretty sure it's coming up for Jaedong at the same time. Let's look down there. Yep, there comes the lair from Jaedong. So this is completely mirrored, and we're going to see some awesome zergling battles in the middle of the map, I have a feeling. Now, I actually wanted to mention a couple more things, because I always have things I want to mention in commentaries, points of interest. Here's one from a guy named Canada God, and the God with a 0, and he is actually taking the monumental task of grouping my videos into playlists of players, like the Jaedong playlist and the Flash playlist. So if you want to say, well, I want to watch all of Nuke's videos that he casted of Jaedong, you can go over and look at his playlist. So I think that's pretty awesome. So I will include a link to that as quickly as I can. But Jaedong sneaking by with his Zerglings. Oh, into the main. That is not good for action. He's got to do some excellent drone micro. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job. Doesn't lose a single drone yet. And he fends off. Okay, there he lost a drone. I was going to say that he fended off the Zerglings before a single drone went down. But Jaedong, so good with that micro. Almost taking down another drone, but being fended off. Running in there, Jaedong is still staying inside of this main, looking for drones to snipe. Looks like that's not going to be that successful now. Both of the Zerglings were taken down. In action, he did lose one drone, but it's still only one drone. I think I had someone comment in the last ZVZ, the first set between the two. It's like, one drone, dead? Well, that's ZVZ, you're dead. But I don't think that's necessarily the case. It might be against Jaedong, because Jaedong is such a strong ZVZ player. So Action is going to have to step up his game after that drone loss, but still, I don't think it's. I think it is still anyone's game. He could get a nice circling run by into Jaedong's main and pick off more drones than Jaedong picked off of him, easily. So all right, let's see if we can do that. Running down the map right now, has a few on the ledge, few Zerglings just ready to intercept Jaedong Zerglings, should he try to run in with a couple of Zerglings as he did earlier, which I'm sure he will. Knowing Jaedong, he always goes for those little tiny 2 Zergling run-bys, which he's doing right now, slipping by the first set. Slipping by Jaedong. I have no idea how Mafia Zerg let that in. 2 Zerglings made it past about a wall. Just freaking 2 control groups with the Zerglings, but okay, here comes Action through the middle of the map, being a bit surrounded, losing more Zerglings than I think he wanted to. And now Jaedong outnumbers him on the ground, so Jaedong is going to try to push it all the way through to his natural soon. And actually backing off because he knows that Action will have pump more and more Zerglings just to defend his front. As they're both grouping up gas for the Mutalisk. Okay, there's the first Mutalisk from Action. And now we're going to see both micro. We're going to see some Zergling micro at the same time as Mutalisk micro, and that is what Jaedong excels at microing 2 groups of units at the same time. So Action, hopefully he is awake. He's going to be able to fend this back, because yeah, after those losses, somewhat heavy losses, well, in a ZVZ anyway, in a mirrored matchup, any tiny loss can be a heavy loss of the drone and the Zerglings in the middle. Yeah, he's got to play very defensively, which he is doing. He's not going out to attack just yet. I think he'll need Scourge to attack Jaedong, because Jaedong's Mutalisk micro is so good, I don't think he'll be able to do it with just Mutas. I think he already has a couple Scourge out to fly and the Jaedong, and I think he could get that done if he gets a nice sneak attack. But now Jaedong's going to know exactly where those Mutalisks are. With that information, he's coming in, sniping drones at the natural expansion. Takes a Mutalisk that just popped down to low health. I'm not sure if the Scourge land. One Scourge lands from Action, but Action is not microing his Zerglings at all. They're all getting slaughtered at the front. So Action, he's pretty much out of everything. It looks like that single drone loss put him way behind, or maybe he's just been out macroed and microed here by Jaedong, but he's losing more drones, losing his second hatchery. No micro whatsoever with these Mutalisks, and that's going to be it. GG from Action. So that means Jaedong is moving into the semi-finals again. Nice to see Jaedong back in the action. Last season was kind of sad that he got knocked out so early, even though those were some pretty good games by Baby. But Action knocked out. Eastro is out of this tournament. So Jaedong is going to move on to face the winner of C versus Stork. And either way, that's going to be one hell of a semifinal. All right, this has been Nuke. Let's move on to that matchup that I just mentioned.